Well, hello and congratulations. By now you have taken the dosha quiz to find out which of the 5 elements of traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic doshas you or your animal companion is. And if you've landed here on this video, you already know that your animal companion is Pitta, made up of fire and water. He is the pack leader, the very strong, confident, and dominant being, and very compatible with other people and animals that are Kapha or Pitta Kapha or a Kapha Pitta type of personality. And remember, Pitta governs the transformation of energy. These are the transformers, the doers. They're always out in front, leading their own way. And it combines this quality of water and fire. So animals that are in this dosha require food that is cooling, that's grounding, that's dense, because they tend to get quite hot in their minds and in their body. They're very fiery because there's fire and water there. So when they're in balance, they're very confident. They have a very strong digestion, their constitution and energy levels are high, they're focused and keen, and they're very clever and intelligent. They're quick learners. So think about Alsatian or the greyhounds, which can be a little bit more vata, but oftentimes they're all pitta. So remember, we're made up of all the energies, and we're just looking at the primary type here. So these are the very clever, focused ones. These are the cats that love to do tricks, or the horses that are very competitive and they love to jump and perform and win. And when they're out of balance, they can become quite aggressive, and this can show up in the body as irritability. They're snappy. These are little spaniels that snap at you, and they anger quite quickly. And they can also get hot spots and quite itchy, lots of skin rashes when they're out of balance. This can even go to diarrhea and loose stools and weight loss. So just know that they tend to, when they're out of balance, get very, very hot and prickly and quite thirsty as well. And a Pitta dosha is all about being hot, sharp, and moist when they're balanced. So when they are focused, they're very attentive, they learn fast, they're very purpose-driven in their action. But when they're out of balance, excess Pitta can create a lot of digestive disorders. Rashes, skin allergies, hot spots, as I said. And on a mental level, and this can show up, as I said, as aggression or intense behaviors like jealousy or overreacting at like the smallest little noise or change in their environment. And we want to be honoring of that and also find a way that they can be peaceful. So when you look at them on a physical level, they're very muscular, they're very athletic in their build. These are the agility dogs. These are the strong horses that are very muscular and want to win. And the cats that are incredibly independent, not that I've seen a cat that isn't, but they're very independent. They don't need to be in a group of cats. They're happy running off and getting their own exercise. So think about husky, which can also fall into kapha. But they're agilic, and they're always in the lead, they're always in front, they're very athletic, high endurance types, and they're really leading from the front. Although, you know, this is your mare that in the horse world that is often leading from behind, but very strong in their presence, right? So they're very personal, they're very extroverted, they're easily excitable, they love to be loved, they like to be the center of attention, and they can find it quite difficult to settle down. So this can look quite hyperactive. These are your cats and dogs that go round and round in circles, and they're digging and they can't quite lie down or settle. Or it's the horse in the barn that's always kind of running around in the field and can't just settle down with the herd to graze. So they're very strong in their bodies, small heads, bright shiny eyes, and they can run really, really fast, but short distances at a time. So we have to be aware if our animals are in this character, because they are predisposed to heart disease and strokes and separation anxiety as well, because they have this high fire and this higher water. And water, too much water, they put the fire out, right? So they can have thinner bodies, large ears and eyes as well if they're more on the water side, and they prefer more warm, so they'll seek out heat. Whereas if they're more predisposed to fire, they're going to prefer lying on cool surfaces. So they're very subtle differences, and you'll find when you did the quiz that you would have received a introduction PDF from me just to support you in getting started in balancing this type of dosha. that are the Pitta, the fire and the water types. And I've also listed some treats and supplementation and some dietary requirements, as well as exercise and movement that's really going to support this Pitta dosha from keeping in optimal health in their bodies, mind, and spirit. So thank you for taking the quiz. I hope you found it exciting and interesting, and as well as supportive. If you know of someone that can benefit from taking the quiz, please like it, share it, and also comment below. I'd love to see a photograph of your animal companion or yourself and what dosha you fall in, because when we know this kind of information, this is the empowerment where we really deepen into right relationship and optimal health and live happy, healthy lives. Because we're helping ourselves first, we can help our animals to achieve optimal vital health.